Welcome back to Campus Tailgate Podcast, the college sports podcast. My name is Jake. I am here with Kyle, and we are reacting to the Colorado TCU game this weekend. So fire up your grills, crack open a beer, and let's talk about some primetime Deion Sanders, baby. Let's go. Kyle, obviously the most electric game of the weekend coming from Colorado and TCU. Shedeur Sanders broke a school record in his school debut, throwing for 510 yards and 4 touchdowns. They threw it 47 fucking times against TCU, all of which were needed.
Yeah.
The other star of the day being Travis Hunter, both of the HBCU transfers coming over with primetime Deion Sanders, head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes from Jacksonville State University, who had their own problems this weekend with Florida A&M, but that is besides the point. Travis Hunter had 11 receptions for 119 yards, 0 touchdowns, but also had a very crucial interception at about the 3-yard line and played, I think, 119 snaps. He played both offense and defense, and he did not look tired at all. My man looked ready to go.
Dude's insane. Absolutely crazy.
Man looked ready to go.
So, can't wait for the Giants to draft him.
Yeah, okay. No. What are your thoughts from the... I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit. Obviously, I will let you get to your reaction in a minute. They obviously beat a very good TCU team. We talked about it in our top 25 video, who's a little bit too high. I told you that TCU was a little bit too high, not to pump the brakes on Colorado. I think they played a wonderful game. I think Coach Prime coached a wonderful game. Obviously, their defense is a little bit of a cause for concern. Like, you gave up 42 points. But this is not the same team that went to the national title game yet last year. This isn't Max Duggan. This isn't Kendre Miller. This isn't Quentin Johnston. This isn't Ladavius Hodgson-Tomlinson. Like, different team. I think they returned 3 starters.
Yeah, very different TCU.
Very different team. But give all due credit to Colorado. They put up 45 points on last year's Big 12 champion, last year's national title runner-up.
They weren't the Big 12
weren't
champion.
Kansas State was, my bad, sorry.
Yeah, I was like, well, hold on.
Last year's national title runner-up, still don't know how they got into the fucking college football playoff without winning the Big 12. But that's a different story for a different day. But no, honestly, I'm going to give some love to Shedeur Sanders, who I think is actually the MVP of this game. I know that Travis Hunter's the one getting all the hype because of all the snaps and stuff, but you don't just casually throw for 510 yards. It's a school record for a reason. Like, this is your first fucking football game at Division I FBS Power 5 level, and you decided to go 38 of 47 for 510 yards. And for those of you who aren't counting, that's pretty damn close to 75-80% completion percentage, which is not something you see very often, so give Shedeur his credit. Deion had his boys ready, and they played their hearts out.
I don't know, so I was looking at this game. This was one of the games that I was very interested in all weekend.
Yeah, we highlighted it last week.
And it is just crazy to me how low people are on Colorado. It absolutely blew my mind how low the expectations were set for this team.
Oh, man.
I get it. It's a brand new roster, brand new people put together. But the talent that's on this roster, how are people so bad? How are they lowballing it this bad? The books have it at 3.5 wins this year. 3.5. He could get that by week 6. What the hell is this?
I hate to be like this, but I wish we had that blog up because my articles went into depth on the transfer portal and how it's changing college football. And week 1 was a beautiful representation. Not just because Colorado game. Texas State beat Baylor after having the 3rd most transfers coming in. Florida State, which we will have a video coming out about tomorrow, probably had the best transfer class in the entire country, and they put a fucking wallop on LSU last night. I'm very adamant about the transfer portal being a very, very quick way to make your team very, very good. I don't know how much long sustained success you can have, but if you want an injunction of talent, the transfer portal is the best way to do it. And Deion had the most transfers out of anybody because he told every other Colorado player to fucking leave. And you could talk to me about Deion Sanders all you want, whether you like the moxie, whether you don't like the style, whatever. I saw a lot of people getting really mad about him calling out a reporter for something yesterday after the game. I didn't.
Yeah, I saw.
I didn't understand why people were overreacting to it. I haven't read the article the reporter said, so it really could have been that bad. Like, it really could have been like, Coach Prime doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, what the hell, yada, yada, yada. And Dion may have had all right to be mad, but...
So, like, to be fair, the reporter said something, that definitely, like, the reporter was saying something about where Dion graduated from, stuff like that. And, like, Dion is very known for going to an HBCU. Like, that's his thing.
Well, yeah, he said that he doesn't claim Florida State as his school because he graduated from an HBCU, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that, apparently, his reaction to that is what's are pissing people off. Dion is... I think he's proven his talent as a coach, let alone a player.
Yeah.
So, like, whether you like him or hate him for his attitude and what he does, we could at least acknowledge his talent for this coach. Like, there's, like, take aside everything I said about how, like, low everything is with how like, everyone's lowballing it. They're not entirely wrong. Like, Colorado has a brand new team that got put together.
That's like, I don't think they're running the table in the Pac-12. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But, like,
no.
This was impressive. They could go 7-5 this year, and after going 1-11 last year, this is an offense that it can apparently put up 30 points whenever the fuck it wants. And I'm very excited to watch them play like anybody in the Pac-12 now, which I think there's probably 6. They're gonna have 6 teams ranked in like the top 25 next week, including Colorado. Colorado will be ranked in the top 25 after this.
No, they can't yet. They can't.
I think they're going to hit 25, dude. I really do. I think they're going to hit number 25.
ESPN, don't do that, man. Don't AP poll, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
They're going to do it, dude.
Do it after they beat Nebraska.
I mean, looking ahead to their game against Nebraska, they'll probably beat them by like 3 points because Nebraska doesn't know anything else besides losing in one-score games. So, poor Nebraska fans, man. They deserve so much better. I could do an entire video just on Nebraska fans deserving better, but... Do you have any other reactions from this? I mean, obviously you could talk about Travis Hunter all you want. I've hit Shedeur, so. Yeah,
Travis Hunter really was, understandably so, the star of the game as well. Besides Shedeur Sanders, like Travis Hunter is obviously number 2. Like, surprisingly, he didn't get any touchdowns, but I think I don't think that matters.
No.
Like when you're playing both sides of the ball, you don't need a touchdown to look good.
Can we also talk about the fact that they had 4 100-yard receivers and simply nobody is talking about it? It wasn't like one dude got 300 yards for Shedeur to get 510. No, Dylan Edwards had 5 for 135. He also had 3 touchdowns. Travis Hunter had 11 for 119. Xavier Weaver had 6 for 118. And Jimmy Horn Jr. had 11 for 117 and a TD. That is fucking ridiculous. That is out of this world ridiculous.
4 people within over 100 yards.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Seems like their run game's a little. Their run game was awesome, actually. To be honest.
Yeah, their run game wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't think they hit 100 yards, but.
No, they didn't. They hit 55 as a team, but like.
Okay, Shedeur Sanders got sacked 5 times. That's one of the bigger things there. So and. If you don't know, in college football, they count sacks as negative rushing yards for whatever reason. So it shows on his stats as 5 for negative 32, but in reality, that's just sacks. So I don't take that into account normally. 45, 69, nice. 81. They had 81 as a team. Or 90 as a team without the Shedeur Sanders sack. So it wasn't like they were running the ball bad either. So... No, this offense is just uniquely geared to what Colorado wants to do. Give the offensive coordinator a ton of credit. I don't know how much input Dion has into that side of the ball. I kind of see him more as a defensive guy, but that might just be because of what he played in the NFL, being a Hall of Fame cornerback. But
I also kind of want to point out TCU wasn't bad.
No. This game is 45-42. It's not like...
I know a lot of people are going to be heavily focused on Dion.
Colorado, yeah.
Like, Dion and Colorado are going to be what everyone is talking about all week long, and they're going to be talking about how they beat TCU, but, like, TCU should have won this game in all reality. Like, it was...
Yeah, but they
like, didn't. TCU... I know they didn't, but they should have. Like, TCU, on paper, is the better team. Like, they have the higher talent, they have the
better recruiting classes coming in, yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe Coach Prime is that dude. Maybe Coach Prime is that dude.
He definitely might be.
Oh
Beat
man.
Nebraska, then you're ranked. Then
Listen,
we'll see.
I know a lot of credit is going to go to Coach Prime, but I do want to shout out like the players because obviously they make it
Yeah.
happen, and I think Coach Prime's big on this too. Like Shedeur, great fucking game, great debut, way to come out with a bang. Like Travis Hunter, way to get Heisman hype immediately. 11 catches, an interception. What was his defensive stats? What did he end up doing on defense besides the pick? I just need to know. Couple of tackles, pick. Okay, so he was playing pretty locked down because if your tackle numbers aren't that high, it normally means the person in front of you isn't catching the ball. So good on Travis Hunter, man. I was also at the Boston College game while this game was going on, and me and my friend were like constantly checking our phones to see what the score of this game was. At one
Boston
point,
College. We could have a
bro,
whole video on that Boston College game.
we could. I don't want to. I
But
don't want
that's
to talk about
besides the point.
it. No, but like we at one point we pulled up live while we were watching the Boston College game and watching the Colorado game all at the same time. It was so funny. This game was electric. I really hope that this kind of offense continues because if they do, they could make some noise in the Pac-12. Like they could make some noise. There are 6 teams in the Pac-12 right now that could put up 38 whenever they want. Colorado's one of them. So keep an eye out.
Clearly.
Honestly, I mean,
Who in the Pac-12 do they play this year? Let's take a look.
yeah. Take a look at their
Because-
schedule. Take a look.
So it gets rough real quick.
They play
So
Oregon and
they
USC
play-
in back-to-back weeks.
that's
They get UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona in triple weeks, and they play Utah to end the year. Honestly, if they keep playing like they did yesterday, I could see them going 8-4. I could see like losing all the ranked teams in there, but beating everybody else. They could do that.
They should beat Colorado State at least, right? They should beat Arizona State.
They should beat Washington State.
Stanford. They should
Beat
beat
Washington State. And they should beat Nebraska to just given the
That's
recent
gonna be
history.
a tough. That's.
Oh,
Gonna
I
be a
can't
tough-
wait. I'm so happy.
Oh, Colorado's
I can't-
the underdog again.
Oh
Here we
no.
go.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh man. If they win that game by like 17, Dion's gonna be insufferable and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love every second of it. Alright, man. Do you have anything left to say about Colorado TCU?
I'm good.
All right, boys. We are going to release this video on Monday following the LSU Florida State game, which happened last night. We're recording this on Monday morning. Keep an eye out for tomorrow afternoon when we release a video about LSU and Florida State and our reactions to that. You see the socials on screen. Go make sure you follow us on TikTok and Twitter or X, whichever you are calling it now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You want to know why you should hit the subscribe button? Because we are the only college sports podcast out there right now who is covering all the major sports. You got football, basketball, men and women's basketball, hockey, lacrosse, and baseball, and whatever college sport you want. We're going to do it. We'll be there. And on that note, guys, peace.